The small habits that quietly damage marriage. Most marriages are not destroyed by giant problems. They are weakened by small habits repeated every day. The Bible calls them little foxes. In fact, Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 15 says, "Catch us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes." It's the little foxes that will destroy a whole vineyard. It doesn't have a big catastrophic disease. It's just a little foxes eating their tender grapes. So it is in marriage. It's the little things that take away the quality of our marriages. These little things are small, they're seemingly harmless, yet they're destructive.
Today we're going to talk about 4 habits that quietly damage marriage. So let's dive in.
Habit number 1, when we stop checking in emotionally. Have you ever gotten into a point in your marriage where you're really not asking each other personal questions? Your conversation revolve around church activities, or may revolve around the kids, or may revolve around your schedules, but you don't really dive into the personal matters of your marriage. You haven't checked in emotionally lately. Stop and ask each other questions. How are you really doing? I remember one time in our marriage where we were talking about something, and I asked Teresa what was going on, and she started to recite to me, of course, because our lives are busy, the schedules that's going on. It's going to happen this week.
Yeah.
Well, this happened. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. No. How is Teresa doing? And so she had to stop and she had to think. And then she was able to express her heart and tell me how she was doing. It took the conversation to a whole nother level. It really enhanced that moment.
That's right.
And which is how we redeem the time, by taking the advantage of every opportunity to connect.
Exactly. Yes, we have to talk about what we're dealing with, but also how we feel, what we're thinking, what's the Lord saying about it, what's on your heart. Is there something that's bothering you, something you want that we're not experiencing in our marriage? Just so many questions that we can ask to really draw this out from one another.
Husbands, let me give you a pro tip. If you really want to reach your wife's heart, how can I pray for you?
Yes.
Invite her to open up to you, and then you begin these in-depth conversations that really make a significant connection between your two hearts, which is really important in the Christian marriage.
Very important.
The second habit that will create distance is we stop prioritizing friendship. Friendship in your marriage has to be a foundational stone. Your marriage, romance is great, but there has to be friendship with it.
That's
you can have friendship and romance. So friendship is not automatic. You have to work at it. You have to be intentional and work at being friends. You have to do things that are fun together on purpose.
That's right.
Teresa?
That's so true. Yes, friendship does take effort. We're not saying it's hard work, but it takes effort and being intentional and desiring to spend time together and planning to do things together that, like Jeff said, are fun. Things that just get you away from some responsibilities, allow you some time away from the kids if you need to, if you can do that. And it really helps you focus on each other without the pressure of all the things that you're responsible for. It's just, you need that. And you compared romance to friendship. But romance is great and it's exciting and we enjoy that, but friendship has a lot more sustaining power for your relationship. It's steady and constant if you maintain that friendship. And it is just always something you can rely on in your marriage.
And if we stop working on our friendship, then what we become are more like roommates, and we become co-workers working on working in this house and co-parenting.
Right.
We are working together to raise these kids. We're working together to manage this house, working
Right.
together on things, but it's not the same thing as best friends.
No,
It
it's not the
really
same.
isn't. The third habit that quietly damages marriages is we stop having fun. So his favorite things in the world is Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
The 1995 BBC version with Colin Firth and Jennifer, those become inside jokes for us. And look, she
We don't
laughs
get
and
tired
laughs,
of watching
and she
it.
laughs and laughs at it because it ministers to her heart. She has fun watching it. And when I partake of that and I make the effort to enter into her world, to touch her heart with that material, it blesses her. And sometimes, Teresa has no desire to sit down and watch a ball game. She will never do that on her own. But she'll sit down and watch it with me.
That's
And
right.
we'll go to a game together. Because what? She wants to connect with me. Because it's fun to do things together that we like. We like to go on walks together. We like to drive together. We like to day trips where we'll just go somewhere just far enough away that it's not in our area, and we might have lunch there, and we might just visit an antique store or thrift store or something, and then drive back that day. So that's
Yes.
something fun
It's
that
fun.
we like to do. So there's fun things that you like to do, and you need to continue doing those things. Teresa,
Yes, that's so good. And it gives you time to just have conversation, just to laugh together, to maybe experience something new, go somewhere you've never been before. That's always like a little adventure, a mini adventure, because your honeymoon was a great adventure, but you can't have a honeymoon all the time. But just those little day trips, like Jeff said, it's just like a little mini adventure. Let's see where God takes us today, or who we run into, or if we see something we really like, you might want to buy it or just enjoy it while we're there. That's always fun, finding a historical place to go to that's fascinating and you learn something together. There's so much you can do that's interesting and fun, and just building your friendship and enjoying each other's company.
joy is not optional for your relationship. It is the glue to your marriage. The glue to your marriage. The fourth habit that will quietly damage your marriage is not praying together. An important aspect of your relationship is your spiritual intimacy.
That's
And
right.
it is so important for you and your spouse to be connected spiritually. And that is one of the great, your foundation is your spiritual intimacy. And
right.
when you stop praying together, it erodes that intimacy. And it affects all the other areas of your intimacy. It'll affect your emotional intimacy, it'll affect your intellectual intimacy, and it will affect your physical intimacy.
That's true.
So
Yes.
work on that foundation. The first thing they work on in a house, a strong house, is the foundation, and make sure it's nice and strong.
If you're not praying together, you could be drifting spiritually, even though those other areas, you might be doing something fun together, you might be spending more time together, having good conversations, but without the spiritual foundation, like Jeff is talking about, that powerful element of prayer and God being in the midst of your marriage, it really is what strengthens a marriage to last and last for decades. To have God involved in what you're doing, in the decisions you're making, in the way you're perceiving everything that's going on in your life. We have to have God in the center of all of that. And it takes prayer, regular prayer together, and looking at the scriptures together so that you have truth to base your marriage on, not looking at the model of marriage in the world, which is so wrong a lot of times. We have to have the Christian foundation for our marriage.
And we talk a lot about this in our upcoming book, You're Not Losing Love, You're Losing Time. And it's with the publishers right now as we record this. We're so excited to share this with you soon. Drift is rarely the result of a great big decision. It's these little habits that will quietly damage your marriage over time. And it's the accumulation of neglect. If you like our free resource, From Lonely to Best Friends Again, there's a link for it down below in the comments. It's full of practical tips and questions that will take you from today to best friend with your spouse in 7 days. Grab your copy today. Now, next time, we're going to talk about the marriage reset that every couple needs. And we'll see you in that video right here. We'll see you over there. And remember, God designed husband and wife to be friends for life.